Welcome to another episode of The Untold Stories. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to The Untold Stories. Today, in this last episode of Season 1, we're gonna talk about someone who inspires hope, ignites the imagination, and instills a love of learning. And before we go into more detail, let me tell you a story. A king called one of the ministers and asked, "Hey minister, can you tell me which profession is instrumental for our kingdom to be whatever it is today?" The minister immediately said, "Of course the engineers, because they built the entire infrastructure. Without that, the fort will not be there. Without that, the palace will not be there. Without that, nothing exists. The dams won't exist, then irrigation is not possible." Because the engineers contribute to the infrastructure of a kingdom, the engineers are the most contributive profession to what a kingdom is. Then the king said, "Then spot the best engineer in the kingdom and get him. I want to award him." Immediately another minister got up and said, "But I believe it is the doctors. Because if the doctor was not there, you would not have been born. If the doctor was not there, then with that ailment of yours, you would have died a long time back. It is the doctor who keeps the engineer himself alive. I think it is the doctors." Then the king said, "You have a point. Find the best doctor in town and bring him. I want to reward him." Immediately another minister got up and said, "What are you saying? It is the soldier. If the soldiers were not guarding the borders, your kingdom would have become someone else's kingdom a long time back. You would have been a slave and not a king." The king said, "You have a point. Call the best soldier and bring him. I want to reward him." Immediately, another minister got up and said, "It is the business community. Without money, all this does not work. If all this has to function, then it is because of money. So it is the business community that contributes to what a nation is." The king said, "You have a point. Call the best businessman and I want to reward him." And like this, every minister suggested another profession and the best in each category was brought. All of them were aligned inside the court, and the king turned towards the prime minister and asked him, "What should I do?" And immediately the prime minister said, "I know. Finally you will get confused and come to me. You wait." And the prime minister left the court. A little later, the prime minister walked back into the court with an old lady. The moment the old lady stepped in, the engineer got up, the doctor got up, the soldier got up, the business community got up, the ministers got up, and seeing everybody standing, the king felt a little embarrassed to be sitting alone, and he also got up. And only after he got up, he realized that the king need not stand at all, and yet in a moment, he could not resist but ask this question. He looked at the prime minister and asked, "Who is this lady in whose presence all of them are standing?" And the prime minister replied, "She is the teacher who taught all of them." This small story gives us a very powerful lesson. You can go through in life without seeing an engineer in life. You can go through in life without seeing a doctor in life. You can go through in life without having to experience the business community in life. But no human individual is going to go through in life without encountering a teacher in life, because even teachers are created by teachers. No matter who you are and where you are, it is all because of the teachers that you have got in your life. You need someone who holds your hands as you make your mistakes, someone who pushes you to be the best you can be, someone who sets parameters and expects you to challenge them. The ideal teacher is the one who not only expects but demands of you to become even greater than him. And as we grow ahead in life, the form of the teacher changes into another form called a mentor. Though a mentor is not so much like a teacher, but a mix of a teacher, a coach, a best friend, a guide, and a philosopher. You say whatever you are comfortable with, but the basic idea of a mentor is to guide you, to push you to be the best you can be. In Sanskrit, a teacher is called a guru. The term guru means the one who dispels the darkness, and this is what a teacher or a mentor does to you. He removes the darkness ahead of the path. A teacher always gives his best wealth to his student in the form of knowledge, wisdom, and art, with an expectation that his student will optimally utilize it. A mentor's responsibility is not to stroke your ego, nor to babysit you. No, they have a different role. Their responsibility is to get you to do the things you don't want to do so that you can be who you say you want to be. They might not guide you to success and achievement like you would think a mentor would, but they sure as hell taught us how to deal with failure and rejection. There is always something holding us back from our true potential, and there is always going to be haters, challenges, and resistance. That's why, if you really want to be as successful as you say you want to be, go find yourself a real mentor, not someone that congratulates your every little achievement. Find someone that is going to push you to your limits, someone that is going to bring the best out of you, and someone that will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. It's going to be tough, and at times you will feel like quitting. But when you get through, the world will be your oyster, and looking back, you will never regret it. Just like I will never regret the year I spent learning under my mentor. This episode is a tribute to all the teachers, mentors, gurus, and all other people who taught something or the other to us and helped us to be what we are today. And to all those people whom we met in this beautiful journey of life. Let's express our gratitude to all of them by reaching out to them. To the world, they are the teachers, but to us, they are our heroes. I would like to use this platform to express my gratitude to the people who shaped me and helped me. A big thank you to all of them. The list is really a long one, but if they are listening to me right now, then they know how incomplete I am without them. That's all from this episode, and with this, we have come to the end of season 1, where we traveled a long but wonderful journey. I hope I was able to make even an iota of difference in your life with the words of this podcast. I will be back soon with another season of the Untold Stories with much bolder, much better, and more powerful words. Don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with as many people as you can. You can share your feedback in my personal email ID, that is vivekgaurav.inbox@gmail.com, and you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Until then, keep shining and keep making history. Love you all. God bless you all. Remember, if you are listening to the right stories, then you are listening to the Untold Stories. And if this episode has matched your wavelength, then share it with people who need it. And just in case you have the time, then you must listen to my previous 2 episodes, A Complete Makeover and You Can't See Me, where I discuss the ego and various types of egos and how they become obstacle to our success in much detail. Remember friends, you too have untold stories to tell which can make a difference in someone's life, because certain untold stories are born out of certain lives and certain lives are born out of certain untold stories.